Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to do a little bit of some wrapping up of our making 10 to add. I am going to show you the three main strategies that we've used so far to make 10 to add. Okay, here we go. So first off, we have looked at how to add two numbers, how it can be easier when one of the numbers is 10. When we have a problem like 7 plus 4, we don't automatically know what 7 plus 4 is off the top of our head, but we have figured out that if we can make a 10 out of one of those numbers, we do know what 10 plus 1 is off the top of our heads. So we've discovered that sometimes it's easier if we can make a 10 first, and it's easier to then add that next number. So if 7 plus 4 becomes 10 plus 1, that addition problem is a little bit easier. So if we use the 10 frame that we made at home during week 1, we can use any small objects at home to help us count. So if you have pennies, pieces of pasta or cereal, ripped up paper you may have colored, two different colors, you can use that to fill up your 10 frames to help you with this process at home. If you didn't make a 10 frame during week 1 of online schooling, boys and girls, now is the time to make at least one 10 frame that you can keep with your schoolwork in that quiet school place you have at home. If you want to have two 10 frames set up at home, that would be a wonderful idea. But let's take a look. We have 7 and 4. Now I could just as easily count all my 7 and go 8, 9, 10, 11. Or I can move my last 3 down and fill up my 10 frame and know I have a 10 and 1 left and be like, bam, 10 and 1 is 11. I know that off the top of my head. I made a 10. I have extras. 10 and 1 is 11. The next strategy we looked at was a number line or the number path. The steps for this are super simple, boys and girls. We're going to memorize the steps and learn it because math is a pattern. Step 1, we're going to start with one of the add-ins, usually the bigger one. Here's my bigger one, 7 plus 4. 7's the bigger one. We're going to start. We're going to find its partner that makes 10. Well, if we've learned our number partners, 7 and 3 make 10. So we're going to go 7 plus 3 makes 10. All right, so we have 7 and 3 makes 10. We've hopped up 3. We have our 10. Now that we found the partner for 10, we have to go to the last step. We have to find what's left by subtracting the number we added to make a 10 from the other added, the smaller one. So we have to subtract the number we added to make our 10 from the other added. And 4 minus 3 gives us 1. So 10 plus 1 is 11. So let's do that again. I have my 7 plus 4. I know that 7 plus 3 is 10. So I'm going to hop up to 10. I've already used 3 out of my 4. So 4 minus 3, I only have 1 hop left to go because I've already done 3 of them. 4 minus 3, I'm only needing to hop 1 more. 10 plus 1 is 11. 10 plus 1 is 11. 7 plus 4 is 11. Boys and girls, that pattern might seem a little bit difficult, but if you learn the pattern and the steps and do it every time, you will be able to make a 10 to add. Boys and girls, our last one is decomposing numbers. Well, we have to find partners for 10. And sometimes my friends look at this and they go, no way, that's too hard. But if you know the 10 partners, this will be easy. You may have to do some practice of your 10 facts, but you can do it. How we decompose numbers, boys and girls, is if we want to find 7 plus 4, first we have to take this 4 and we have to separate it out into 2 other smaller numbers, one of them being a partner of 10 that will work with the 7. We know that 7 and 3 make 10, so we're going to take this 4 and separate it out into 3 plus 1. We're going to move that 3 over, so we have 7 plus 3 is 10, and I have my 10. I have my 1 left over here, so my 10 plus 1. So I have 10 plus 1 equals 11, and my 7 plus 4 equals 11. Now, I want you to remember, boys and girls, that this is only one strategy in how to add. You can solve 7 plus 4 the easiest way for you. If grabbing the 7 and counting on is easiest, that's how you can solve it. If memorizing 7 plus 4 is 11, that's great. But I need you to know that it is very important that you understand how to make a 10. After you have learned this strategy, if this strategy is not for you and you do not like it and it frustrates you, no problem. You move on to the next strategy. But we're all going to learn at least how to make a 10. All right? I know you can do it. You've got this. Let your teachers know if you have any problems, all right? Keep up the great work.